Okay, I'm gonna try sculpting here and record the stream a little bit. So for people that don't know, I make a lot of my sculpts in virtual reality first. This is a program called Medium by Adobe. I'm wearing a headset right now and kind of immersed in the environment in front of me. And so I'm going to start and I'm going to go ahead and design while I sculpt. So I have not planned anything for this session. I'm going to kind of riff here a little bit. I got some music on and see if I can generate something that I like, and maybe eventually turn it into a Void Realms character. So yeah, if you're not familiar, this software is pretty cool. Uh, it feels like this object is right in front of me. I have a lot of options to move stuff around, uh, really quickly generate a lot of interesting forms really fast, and a much more immersive environment than like a ZBrush or Blender typically would. So yeah, let's see. And one thing I like to do is kind of early on sometimes switch to a square brush, because this gives me some planes and some angles that I can start to kind of see like stronger edge relationships. We have the option also to I can carve away from the figure, so kind of knock in stuff. See what happens that way. Little smooth brush. Maybe another layer now. So now I've got a totally separate piece that I can push and pull around in space, and we'll start building something else here and see maybe how I can start to link this stuff up. Okay, sorry for that little interruption. Let's keep going. And this is something else I like to do. I made a couple of base shapes in ZBrush, and I can bring these guys in, these heads, maybe put them on a new layer, copy to clay, and let's see, and start to like make this thing a little more psychedelic. Ooh, so now I'm thinking maybe this whole head area would be better as like a sort of crown or headpiece. Oh shit, I gotta make sure I'm in mirror mode. Sorry, PG-13 language. Let's bump this up, open it up. And then maybe we want to put just a placeholder here. So again, this is like something that I'll probably modify later. Oh, no, not that. Single mirror. I need to stamp him like pretty much one face like that and then push it back in. Yeah, there we go. So now when I start to sort of land around something, I will start to break off into a bunch of different layers just to keep some things separate so that I don't. I can always go back in and edit this piece independently, or I can look at it, I can isolate it and look at it alone as a design element. But yeah, anyway, I'll keep going, moving some of this stuff around. Still don't know what I think about this shape, this kind of wing shape. In fact, I might just push it out of the way for now and then maybe come back to it later. A little bit of carving. And I think I want to put some more of these faces around. I'll turn off mirror mode so that I can place them individually, and then kind of when I like this stuff, usually I'll grab a couple layers and duplicate and flip to go ahead and even it out. Of course, at the end, I'll try to find some places to make things asymmetric, because I think if things stay too clean and too symmetrical, they can get a little bit stale sometimes. But anyway, I'll undo that. Not sure I really want those guys there just yet. Okay, and I think now I am sort of spending a lot of time on the head, or what might be the head here, and not enough attention to a torso of some kind. So I'm just gonna try to whip up a little bit more of the body shape, and keeping my resolution low so that don't waste unnecessary memory on this phase until I get something. Still, until I want to refine it a little bit. And the cool thing is, of course, I can always take this stuff and scale it up or down pretty quickly. Continue that designing, looking at the silhouette, and I don't know. I don't want to think too much about it just yet. Just sort of keep playing for now. Sometimes I'll use this line tool to give me like a nice straight line. Maybe I want to start to suggest some appendages, like arms or legs, I don't know. But and I can kind of grab these and pose them quickly, make copies. And I was kind of thinking for this character, maybe to really go big with it and give it a bit of an environment or a layer of some kind. So I'll make a new layer, decrease the resolution, turn on mirror mode just to start off, and maybe think about making some sort of ground space for him to crawl around on. And that might help me kind of continue playing with his silhouette and shape of his body as well. And I'm kind of thinking right now what I might do is build something sort of symmetrical like this, but eventually kick it off the axis. Yeah, maybe he's kind of coming up over these ruins or something like that. And protecting something. Or maybe, this could be really crazy, but if I could get him even spawning from inside the, like a pool of some kind, this could be pretty cool. Immediately now I have to start thinking about how this would print, though. Uh, you know, if I need to maybe slice him here or slice here, try to fit something. I'm going to undo that for now, but I kind of like that idea. And maybe he can come in a little bit more simply and just sort of boom. And in this shape I'll need a little bit of refinement. I can also put a taper so that now my stroke is a little smoother. And maybe I can go with this and kind of build up that shape. Maybe start to twist some stuff around itself. I'm already kind of thinking that this face I might want to refine in ZBrush a little bit more. But if I can get just a little bit of an idea to suggest to me that the tone that I would like from this guy, then that'll be sufficient. Unfortunately, I don't think that's really working, nor are these guys. It'd be nice to see a little more of his face and mouth from way back. Okay, and then something else I just saw that I might play with would be this idea of like a mouth coming from down here. So like really quickly to rough it in, doing get this brush the way I want, and then a new layer and decrease. So like some teeth or something of some kind. Uh, Sometimes I grab some of these other brushes. They can make interesting forms that are different, and they can also, um, help me with things like teeth or horns if I want to start finding those shapes. You can see I flipped the thing upside down now, uh, just to get the angles that I want. We could do a big nasty tongue, maybe. Uh, I feel like with the spirals thing, I've been doing lots of tongues like rolling out of the mouth, so I mean that's pretty crazy. I'll probably do this a couple times, try to find a shape. Kind of cool. Again, printability, but if I could get it to wrap around his arm like that, it could be nice. We could just do like a straight drop and a little classic spiral out and kind of. Alright, so then the other thing I think now that will help this is to suggest a jaw coming from the bottom. Uh, I think for that I want a new layer. I want to turn mirroring on. I'm going to work over here quickly to just get like a mandible in place. So yeah, if I can get this mouth to read like a big hinging jaw right here, and the tongue kind of falling out of that. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I may have to redo that tongue. It would be really cool, yeah, to have that jaw kind of knocked off hinge if I can pull it the right way. And then we have some weird kind of demon anatomy going on where his arm can pull right out from underneath that jaw instead of having, you know, a traditional neck. This can be kind of where the rib cage is, sort of like the Mordian figure with the eye in the center of the torso. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think the silhouette's going to need a lot more refinement. And you know, this I don't know quite yet what that'll end up being. It gets a bit messy up in here. But and I like the idea that maybe these things are like some furry tendrils of some kind. Of course, now I move that out of the way, and I sort of like how much more you can read the face. So that's something else I'll have to play with, is the balance between the helmet look and the portrait. And then some texture. Of course, a lot of the texture I end up doing in ZBrush sometimes. We'll see. I don't know. Definitely like playing with this though. I like, it surprises me sometimes with the shapes that I end up generating, and then I like to try to build off that and feel spontaneous as much as possible. I think he definitely needs a couple more arms. maybe would be fun to also give him some smaller, like, millipede style legs and stubbier. Okay, coming along. I don't know if this wing piece is gonna make the cut. I might try it as a spinal element right here. Make a couple copies. But I don't know. I kind of want the silhouette to be a little more gremlin-y, I suppose, like more compact, not as ethereal as these kind of suggest. So we'll see. Maybe there's a place for them. Maybe I can wrap them around each other or flip, kind of get that mirrored. Sometimes this will end up making a cool crown piece. Yeah, maybe. Be careful, you see it poking out of the face there at the bottom, but I can stick it in and always clean that up later. I'm trying not to design too much thinking about printability, because sometimes I find that really hinders me, and more to get the design I want and then try to fit it, you know, into the printer. Because this is pretty complicated all in here, but I can always clean this up. I can always fill in the helmet or do a couple different things to make it just a little more printable. Hmm. Think I will do the tongue, but again, I'm going to give it another go and try to add some steady stroke to it. Try to let it roll around or something. Or maybe loll off the side. I do think the tongue will probably, if I think it'll make the cut, but I think it'll definitely have to be a piece that you kind of stick in to the sculpt. Cool. Yeah, I like where this is going. Uh, Need to keep the spiral motif alive. Need to work on the landscape, do a ton of different things, refine the texture and the form of the arms. But I think as a general like blocked pose and kind of this creature with a big mouth here and this mounted head resting on top, it kind of pairs well with Mordian and could definitely be another big ancient demon thing. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this for here today, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing a little bit of the process and how I start to design and get these models going. There's a really fast turntable that slow that down a little bit. It's the lathe. You gotta finish with the turntable, you know, but we need to slow it down and then it's that nice rotation. So we can take a look. All right, there we go. Save out. Spiral Demon King.